Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Come on, there you go. There you go. Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Welcome to a game taking place here on Tide Hunters between Rav3n and Agent. We have, Rav3n spawning as the red undead on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Agent has spawned as the yellow human on the top left. Let's get this out of fast forward mode as we're going to be looking at an Archmage going up against, I believe, nope, not a Death Knight, a Quip Lord here on Tide Hunters, as there are a number of corpses to use to try and reach critical mass with those beetles and skeletal minions, opening things up to, try and go for a very, very quick, quick level 3, and also perhaps set up expansions as well. Off to the north, Archmage already making quick work of that creep camp there, picking up Gloves of Haste, a nice, attacking faster item to open things up. Meanwhile, down to the south here, we are looking at the Murlocs getting cleaned up here, as we could be looking at a potential expansion attempt. Rav3n opening things up, still having a good number of beetles, should be able to get up to level, I don't believe we can actually get up to level 2 here, might be able to get there. Let's take a look at the last remaining couple of Murlocs as the Archmage comes in and drops in some water elementals. Undead having more choices than Death Knight first is always a bonus here, as we're looking at the Archmage finding the opportunity to get in some additional damage onto some of these suspecting units, as a ghoul could end up getting taken down right there, giving level 2 to the Archmage. Level 2 Archmage does start to cause some problems, as that Brilliance Aura really does open things up for more additional water elementals. More pressure being put down onto the Ziggurat there. Water elementals getting surrounded quickly. Good job by Rav3n to make sure to go after the one that has the most time left, as the Archmage and the Crypt Lord still battling it up. Another beetle gonna get taken down. That water elemental down to 58 hit points, down to 23. Gonna end up getting denied. There it goes. No level 2 for that Crypt Lord. Meanwhile, Ziggurat taking a little bit of damage. Ghouls and beetles coming off and trying to finish things up here, and it looks as though quite a bit of damage can be absorbed here, as this water elemental will be coming to an end. The Ghoul trying to retreat back, as the Archmage shows back up with a decent amount of hit points and mana, able to put pressure in once more. Is one Nerubian tower going to be enough here, as a couple of footmen getting caught up along the side here? That could rack up more damage again and again. There goes another footman there, as now level 2 on that Crypt Lord does open things up for the possible impale and surround, thereby signaling that Rav3n needs to leave. All right, Rav3n now making his way back. This is just really Agent making his way back. Rav3n able to defend onto this location here. Meanwhile, a lone footman trying to put pressure onto this haunted gold mine may not work, as we're looking at a little bit of damage being brought forth over once again. Haunted gold mine down to 146, as the Nerubian tower putting pressure onto the Archmage, making sure to try and stop this before it really gets started, as the Acolyte now seems to be dancing around as well. All right, Nerubian tower racking up a little bit of damage. There's the surround, and now Agent is going to be forced to release, do a quick exit here, as we see the Scroll of Town Portal taking all of the units back. Nice clean play by Human, as his tech to tier 2 is now done. He should be training up that Mountain King and should be able to have a very strong follow-up. Rav3n, what is his plans gonna be down across over here, as he is not yet set up his expansion and he is still sitting on tier 1. I'm waiting for that Mountain King. There it goes. We are looking at perhaps some riflemen being trained up, or an Arcane Sanctum, something of that sort, as the Archmage looks to clear up an expansion or a creep camp of his own, perhaps trying to get to level 3. All right, overall, that Rifleman is going to be doing quite a bit of work. You can see Circlet of Nobility going to be dropped there, as the Archmage getting closer to level 3. A couple of these Murlocs, I don't believe will get it there. May get really close, or pretty much on the button, as the Skeletal Minion may actually give enough of that little bit of experience. Maybe 16 experience? Is it 16 experience for level 2 creep? Nope, it's 26. So nicely done off to the north, as that Skeletal Minion also gets taken down as well. Archmage sitting at level 3 with a decent amount of experience. Does need to pick up a Scroll of Town Portal. Mountain King is already out, as we are transitioning into Rifle Casters. Coming back down to the south here, we are, the Nerubian Tower getting repaired up. Haunted Gold Mine nearly done. Down to the south here, we are getting that tech to tier 2, but that is a bit delayed for Rav3n. Off to the north, what are we going to have? As no units really being trained at all. perhaps not enough gold as there is no expansion attempt. I'm wondering what human is really spending a lot of his gold on. Just bought a scroll of town portal, perhaps. And that is what he needs to pick up in order to try and get in a bit more pressure. Mountain King out onto the battlefield here, gonna pick up a useful item. Can't quite tell what it is. Sentry wards. I'm gonna get picked up here. Meanwhile, the rifleman, footman finishing things up still rather nicely. All right, no range upgrade yet. Still about halfway done. That a bit of additional range, allowing the rifleman to be farther away from the action. As the Archmage going to go ahead and engage against this Ogre Magi creep camp here, perhaps try and get to level 2 on that Mountain King, and getting that level 2 Mountain King and getting that level 1 clap really makes a difference, as the ghouls, beetles, and skeletal minions will not be able to surround nearly as easily when they're moving that much more slowly. All right, couple of Reef Elementals going to get finished off here, but the, Crypt Lord is nearby, could cause some problems. Mountain King does get up to level 2, does go for Clap, and now also picks up a Wand of Mana Stealing. All right, going after this creep camp here, we can see that the Enraged Elemental is off to the side, still doing a little bit more creep camp clearing as well, as we should be getting a couple of Priests into this army eventually. The Priest, however, being forced to hang back here. Meanwhile, we're looking at Rav3n actually doing a little bit of creeping instead of harassing or doing any creep jacking. This does come as a bit of a surprise to me, but so does the fact that Agent is not putting pressure on the expansion, allowing that economic advantage to really take hold. Militia now coming in from the far side here. Priest are coming off the line here, so this is going to be a quick just run on by, as the Priest now able to work with the Rifleman and the Archmage, and it looks as though Human is just going to be able to continue to build this advantage unless the Crypt Lord is able to make some sort of play here in just a moment. All right, a little bit of a misstep there by Agent, as Rav3n was pressuring the Arcane Vault here. In comes the Archmage here, perhaps going to try to drop some Water Elementals. There is some Dispel as well, cleaning up some of those units. Mountain King off to the north could try to go for a Thunderclap. Doesn't even need to bother, as the Mountain King will get to level 3 off of this creep camp. Scourge Bone Chimes, a somewhat useful item, as it would give those footmen a little bit more hit points as they're dealing with that Forest Troll Trapper. Did I hear? Really? Yes, Dren, we heard that Microsoft is buying out Activision Blizzard in an all-cash deal for, what, this was like $67 billion? $67 billion. Yeah, just trying to figure out what that means, as what Blizzard has StarCraft 2 and WarCraft 3 as very well-known real-time strategies, but Microsoft also has some real-time strategies, and what the competitive gaming market, real-time strategy market is going to look like, that is my concern. I doubt that it's all cash, probably a check. Well, when you hear a cash deal, it is meant as money as opposed to, you know, some shares being transferred over, and a buyout, a transition from shares of Activision Blizzard into shares of Microsoft. Or right? Sorry, my MBA is showing. Anyways, Archmage, Mountain King now making its way back around. Rifleman, Footman, Priest going to go ahead and get into position. Hello, Dust Wallow Dweller, as we're looking at the Archmage coming back off to the north here. Water Elemental going to go ahead and drop down. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord as the second hero. Not quite what I was expecting, as we are also going into Gargoyles for the air. All right, Riflemen are on the ground. They couldn't make short work of those Gargoyles, as the Gargoyles are going to head over here and now go straight after some of those units. Quick Stormbolt and Stun to finish off that one Gargoyle there, as the Archmage gets up to level 4 and now has access and giving level 2 Brilliance Aura. Mountain King with Devotion Aura as well. Everything going to be a little bit more difficult to kill, as I do question Raven's choice to opt and go into Gargoyles when he knows that it is going to be, Footmen, Priest, and Mortar teams. Those Riflemen do deal quite a bit of damage against those, rather low hit point unarmored units that have a rather short range of only, what is, okay, come on. I cannot click on a Gargoyle to save my life, of only 300, so half the distance, allowing the Rifleman to get in quite a bit of damage there. All right, Priest, however, are quickly getting picked picked off easily. Perhaps that was the plan, and now the riflemen are pretty much by themselves as the Dreadlord is going after these units again and again. I guess one way to deal with the Mountain King's Thunderclap is to not to have a ground army at all, but at the same time the riflemen are doing quite a bit of work as well. Both sides 52 supply compared to 55. This is more of just a brawl back and forth as everyone is losing units left and right, but the Obsidian Statue now able to offer quite a bit of support. Mountain King gets up to level 4. Are we going to see another Stormbolt coming across here to try and finish off some more units, perhaps take down that last trailing gargoyle there, as the Mountain King still has quite a bit of mana and could still do a bit more. Mortar team and riflemen, there's one sorceress here, couple of water elementals causing problems as the gargoyles are unable to really get within range of those water elementals, let alone those riflemen. That is very high burst damage, 33 to 41 damage going up against the gargoyles with their unarmored armor type taking bonus damage. And here we could be looking at a little bit of focus damage there. Another carry-on swarm ripping on through as the damage is starting to rack back up. Stormbolt on cooldown, Swirl of Town Portal coming away. The Thunderclap not in time as the units are able to head back here once again. Mortar team still trying to put pressure onto this Black Citadel as we're looking at Agent who ran out of gold temporarily, no longer speed building this Arcane Vault. But what's the point of speed building an Arcane Vault if you don't have gold to buy the items you need once it is up? 54 supply compared to 57. Gargoyles could be coming around the other side here. Water elementals absorbing a little bit of that cold damage here as the mortar team's trying to put in pressure, perhaps going to try and take down some of these acolytes. Acolytes are doing massive repairs, but remember that Raven does have that expansion at the 3 o'clock location, allowing it to be one base versus one base. Archmage continuing that pressure here. Archmage now needs to monitor his mana, make sure that he doesn't overcommit into water elementals too much and always has one out onto the battlefield. Mountain King coming back out here, but he's dealing with 4 abominations here. So abominations, gargoyles putting in pressure, and now the abominations still without the Disease Cloud causing problems for all of the riflemen and all of these units here, allowing the gargoyles to get within range. Stormbolt going down, trying to finish off some additional things here, but Mountain King still trying to retreat back as the Abomination still retreating back here once more. A little bit more damage. Peasants are here as well. 46 of tie compared to 52. Riflemen going to perhaps run around the corner the other way. We need to see a bit of healing as well as one skeletal minion comes around the corner only to get shot down quickly. No priest only one priest in this combination so far. A new Tomb of Relics trying to be placed down. That is not going to be sticking around. Mountain King now trying to make its way back out where Mortar Team was taken out earlier. So no free damage, range damage onto that Black Citadel as we see a Stormbolt go down onto that Abomination, and with no heals, Archmage now gets up to level 5. Level 3 Water Elemental quickly being trained up there. Not level 3 Brilliance Auras as I might have expected, as the Mountain King, looking for, a proper positioning once more. All right. 825 hit point Water Elemental now making their way forward again. Acolytes coming off of the gold mine to continue that repair. Meanwhile, we're still looking at more damage coming back on through as the Mountain King looks to perhaps land a Stormbolt somewhere. Not quite sure what to hit or attack as the damage is still racking up. There's a big Thunderclap across multiple ground units as they're trying to retreat, but many of them are just summoned units here once more. Riflemen trying to turn back around, trying to pick off some of those units here, but a Devour Magic allowing and eating up the slow from the gargoyles, allowing for a quick, timely retreat. Water Elemental quickly going to get taken down here as the Priest now coming back over to support all of these Riflemen. The 2-0 upgraded Riflemen with Devotion, there was Devotion, or I'm not quite sure the item was sold, as the Riflemen still continuing to battle it up here to try and focus down some of those units. Stormbolt onto a Gargoyle to prevent any sort of retreat as more damage still racking back up. Archmage was still sitting at level 5. Mountain King getting closer to level 5 as well, as level 3 Stormbolt could be on the table, as the Mountain King does need a bit of mana in order to launch those Stormbolts even further. Clarity Potion and, Scroll of Regeneration purchased. Only the Scroll of Regeneration being used at this point, as this is a long siege going up against against Raven's army, as you see a Carrion Swarm ripping through, removing much of the heal there. Mountain King could have tried to land a Stormbolt on the Abomination, but that would not have been enough to kill it, as the Mortar Team still putting pressure onto the Black Citadel here. Stormbolt going to try and take down the Abomination. It goes and falls as well, as the Mountain King is now currently low on mana. Riflemen slowly getting picked off as well, as units are diving on all those units. this long siege coming in from Agent, trying to put pressure on Raven's units. Meanwhile, we are looking at repairs onto the scout tower as the water elemental now trying to make its way back over, but now with 2 destroyers in the air, that water elemental really never stood a chance, giving level 5 now to Raven's Crypt Lord. Level 5, level 3 going up against level 5, level 4. The Dreadlord now making its way back over. That one scout tower quickly going to get taken down. Beetles are now leading the charge as well as the Mountain King still low on mana. Could we get a Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord? Trying to get into position. No, Thunderclap across all of those units instead. Trying to, stop multiple units as the Abomination still trying to retreat back here. Rifleman still trying to heal. There goes another Gargoyle as well as the Mountain King could be getting closer to level 5 too. Mortar Team still putting in pressure. Archmage, Scroll of Regeneration, and this Arcane Vault represents so much hit points and mana. I am surprised we don't see a Meat Wagon. No, Meat Wagon in the back, but unable to get into the proper position. A beautiful Impale followed by Carrion Swarm ripping through that front line as this action is still not letting up at all. Now remember, anytime that Raven ends up pulling these acolytes off of the gold mine, he's actually falling behind in gold since he's currently in low upkeep. Agent has been purposely staying in no upkeep all this time as the mortar teams are putting pressure here, but now we see that the Meat Wagon has come to counter the mortar team and also perhaps try and take down that Arcane Vault. Mountain King coming across into the middle portion here, does not have level 3 or does not have a clap as of yet. Level 3 clap, trying to go for the clap right there. Priest now trying to retreat back, more damage still adding on through. Mountain King has not leveled up, has a potion of mana, perhaps could try to go after some of those units as the Abominations are diving on in. That Disease Cloud just absolutely working wonders across all of these Priest and Riflemen. Riflemen trying to join in on the battle. Mountain King could finish off the Abomination, could easily do that. There it goes. Archmage now getting closer and closer to level 6 as the Destroyers are living up to their name, taking down all of those Water Elementals. And without the Water Elementals, there is not enough units to actually tank much of the damage that is currently out there. Crypt Lord, however, could be in trouble. Is he going to be able to back away? Mountain King waiting for perhaps a Stormbolt to come back online. Doesn't even, uses a Thunderclap instead, it appears, as a Stormbolt now goes down and suddenly the heroes are gone on the other side. Agent in a great position now, opening up with level 3 Brilliance Aura instead of Mass Teleport, as mana is going to be key in trying to survive this here. Mountain King comes in with another Stormbolt there, and with level 3 Brilliance Aura able to put in the pressure. He took down the heroes, but what now? Heroes are gone. Army sizes are about the same, but does Agent have enough in the tank to really finish off some of these units? Taking down another Abomination right there. Mountain King with that Brilliance Aura really coming alive as Devour Magic on those Destroyers, taking down the Water Elementals easily. Thank you for the follow. Archmage now trying to retreat back up. Mountain King trying to retreat away as well as the Destroyers playing this hit and run tactic onto any of the Water Elementals that are making their way through. And now with the Altar of Kings Altar of Darkness getting taken out, resurrections are going to be difficult to come by. A 1-base human taking down a 2-based undead. This is something that would be absolutely unheard of 5 or even just 3-4 years ago. Before all of the recent patches. Mountain King continuing this pressure here, but the game is still not over. Main gold mines, let's take a look, only has about 3 minutes of mining left, and the additional rebound here, and an additional 2 minutes of mining, 3 minutes of mining for Undead may be enough to get his footing back underneath as the Destroyers are taking down all of the infrastructure that Agent is trying to build to keep this pressure going. Carrion Swarm coming in from the other side. Crypt Lord and Dreadlord now trying to retreat back. Destroyers are all here ready once more. There is Mortar Teams working a bit of overtime here. Mortar Team needs to, back away from that Black Citadel to try and finish it off as the Acolytes are now coming over to get in some repairs. Black Citadel getting taken down would be bad news indeed, as we see a quick impale across multiple Riflemen. One Rifleman already down. More Riflemen could make their way back out. There's some more Devour Magic as the Water Elemental could easily get taken down here. Crypt Lord at 5.5 here, as the Destroyers really need to eat more or devour more of that magic. And now we see that the Dreadlord has fallen at level 4. Level 6 now on the Mountain King, opting to go for level 3 Thunderclap and level 3 Stormbolt instead of the ultimate abilities. All right, level 3 Thunderclap, level 3 Stormbolt, as the Archmage now making their way back over. Mortar Team looking to put pressure here as as this gold mine still has a decent amount of gold since it has been stopped mining so many times. All right, Destroyers being forced to retreat back once again. Their range just not enough compared to the sheer number and range of the riflemen, making it difficult to try and put pressure onto the Archmage. New water elemental being dropped back down. The destroyer saying thank you very much, that looks delicious, and now I'm going to be able to take that down as well. Perhaps give level 6 to my Crypt Lord here. There's level 6 on the Crypt Lord. Are we going to be going into Locust Swarm? Yes, we are, but do we have any way to get additional mana aside from the Obsidian statues? It does not look like it. More pressure. This is a long siege against the Undead here, as they just don't seem to die, as the destroyer is now going after some more of these ground units again. All right, Crypt Lord continuing to fight things through. Storebolt landing onto the Crypt Lord, but enough distance to keep some separation, as the Acolytes are still trying to repair here once again. Archmage, Riflemen, Mortar teams, Casters, or one Mortar team and Casters really keeping this siege going, but the gold mine has only 30 seconds of mining left. Is there enough for Agent to take out Raven here? That is the question to be had, as the Crypt Lord, well, getting healed back up. Abominations have a good amount of hit points, but remember, with the Mountain King's Stormbolt able to slow things down and take them out temporarily, that could be a problem, as the Crypt Lord down to 94 hit points. He's going to try to escape. Thunderclap, no. Stormbolt going to take him down, and now, well, no level ups there, but the Crypt Lord has been taken down for the second time. Agent sitting at 49 over 66 supply, still getting a little bit of gold here. Devour magic still working quite a bit of magic here again, as the Mountain King going after this meat wagon here. Archmage is not that close to level 7. Mountain King was actually the only one to gain experience off of that Crypt Lord, as the Archmage was just too far away. We could be getting into a level 7 Mountain King here in just a moment, as we're looking at still Raven trying to hold on to this game in any way he got. More Devour Magic could come online, trying to eat those water elementals, but no hero to give that experience to is still a bit of a loss overall. Mortar teams finally getting finished off by those destroyers, but the destroyers now need to try and retreat away. There goes that arcane tower. 44 supply compared to 43. Army sizes are similar, but we are still waiting on, well, resurrected heroes. The Dreadlord and the Crypt Lord need to come back online. Now the question is going to be, does this army have enough gas in the tank to finish things off? Let's take a closer look as the Archmage continuing to put pressure back across here. Ghoul still making their way in. Mountain King does have that avatar ability ready to put in that pressure again here, as the Black Citadel looks like it will finally end up taken down. All right, now we are going to be looking at a little bit of long distance mining. I thought Metaphysics would like that. Mountain King now making its way back over. Dreadlord trying to retreat back, and still Black Citadel. Black Citadel and somehow still staying alive. Dreadlord sitting at level 4. Carrion Swarm ripping through, but with the Archmage's Brilliance Aura sitting at level 3, the damage is not really sticking on to those riflemen as needed. Mortar team is still getting in a little bit of damage, perhaps trying to stop this arcane vault right there, as we could be looking at some more repairs underway. Back off to the north, the Crypt Lord is coming back, and we are 25 minutes into this game. An expansion is now being established up as well. Beetles are trying to make their way over, and this is the problem. Agent really needs to stop his pressure for just a little bit, and that may give Raven enough time to rebound and start building and amassing some sort of counterattack. At some point, the expansion down to the south, or the main base down to the south here, is not going to be nearly as important. And with its importance coming to an end, the expansions and how much defense is at the expansions are going to become more and more valuable. All right, low hit point meat wagon really needs to be repaired. We are getting back up a Tomb of Relics, as well as Raven looking to rebuild a second slaughterhouse once more. All right, Crypt Lord back out onto the battlefield. Crypt Lord does have plus 19 attack, picking up a potion of mana, selling a claws of attack, and now unhaunting this gold mine here. Undead, what is he gonna do? He is now currently out of gold as well. All right, what you see is what you get. Perhaps Raven understands that he cannot just try to establish up a new expansion. It would take far too much time for him to build up a new expansion since he cannot speed build. And while Haunting of the Gold Mine does take quite a bit of time. Also, he needs to move his army down there in order to clear up that expansion location. And by moving his army down there, he would end up, well, I guess exposing this second base, which really isn't all that important now that I think about it. It looks as though he has a change of heart. Raven now going to be moving to the bottom left to clear up this expansion and perhaps haunt the gold mine while hoping he has a large enough army to deter any sort of attacks. All right, coming back across here, Dreadlord sitting at level 4, Cryptlord sitting at level 6, waiting for the remaining units. Acolytes now making their way over, and the Cryptlord does need to be nearby to help clear up this creep camp, even though the Dreadlord is the only one that can get any serious experience. Off over here, Water Elemental walking into the fray. 2 Spirit Towers and 1 Nerubian Tower makes for, well, a lot of damage here as Agent realizes, wait, this expansion is no longer really that important at all. Dreadlord sitting at level 4, well, could have gotten to level 5, does have a vampiric aura, interestingly enough, and a plethora of survivability items. Perhaps a potion of healing of one of them should be given over to the Cryptlord, but he does also have that Scroll of Town Portal. 28 minutes into this game, we're getting into a little bit of a break in the action. Army size, Agent is actually still smaller, 58 supplies compared to 49. It is the hero level that could make all of that difference. All right. Additional clearing of the creeps is going to be key. There is the Dreadlord now making its way over, trying to get up to level 5. Level 3 Carrion Swarm would be a drastic change, as that would really be able to push through a lot of damage onto the riflemen that are all lining up. Archmage and Mountain King now going to come up here, and now you can see that, well, Raven is in a bit of trouble as he is a bit out of position here. Damage starting to add up here. There's Carrion Swarm ripping on through. Level 5 now on that Dreadlord. Dreadlord hasn't trained up that ability yet. There is a quick impale as we're looking at Locust Swarm. Locust Swarm now doing a lot of damage here, trying to pick off more and more of these units. Crippler continuing all of that through. There's another Carrion Swarm there. We could have more impales as well, and the ultimate abilities turning things around for the Undead as the Archmage gets up to level 7. Destroyers now trying to back away as well. They could get taken down. Mass Teleport. Are we going to see a sleep or anything of that nature? No, we are not. And after that fight, Agent dropping down to 31 supply. A quick drop right there as the Mountain King was a little bit too far away from the action, didn't get the teleport out. This could be problematic here. Riflemen or additional armies need to make their way back over. Archmage has made their way back down as the Mountain King continuing to engage. The mass teleport must have been down to the south here as the Dreadlord now continuing to put in pressure. It still has plenty of healing, and that's going to be devoured as well. Dreadlord getting very close to level 6 too. All right, that teleport to try and put pressure onto the Haunted Gold Mine. Haunted Gold Mine has 3 acolytes mining, needs to get in a couple more acolytes to get full saturation. It looks like they're being transferred over from the main base. 36 supply army compared to 52, and Raven looks like he has new life as level 6 Crypt Lord coupled with that Locust Swarm, coupled with that Carrion Swarm, is just simply swarming damage onto the army. Stormbolt straight up onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord down to 160 hit points, 56 hit points. Could get taken down. No potion of greater healing in time to stay alive. Abomination, or a lot of damage just being absorbed right there. Dreadlord continuing the fight. We could see another Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord, or Dreadlord gets finished off with a slow clap. And, well, a golf maneuver taking down that Dreadlord there. Obsidian Statue perhaps too far away from the action, unable to trickle heal all of those units as the level 5 Dreadlord representing so much damage has been removed. Now level 7 Cryptlord still alive, trying to do a little bit more. Are we going to see an impale onto the Archmage? Archmage, no, does not get impaled, and a tactical retreat right there. And suddenly Agent finding new life as well. Losing that Dreadlord and the damage it represents a major setback. Dreadlord now getting resurrected at the tavern here, but not having much mana either. There's a Stormbolt straight up onto the Crypt Lord here. Vampiric Aura does help a little bit for these abominations to try and stay alive as the Priest are continuing to engage here. And also the Priest having to deal with Disease Cloud could become a problem as well. All right, Dreadlord continuing to make its way back over. Abomination down to 288 hit points. It needs to back away. More damage still ripping on through. Where are all of these units perhaps trying to pull off to, as the Rifleman down to 196 hit points here. All right, unable to trick off any of these trailing or pick off any of these trailing units as the Crypt Lord trying to finish off and takes down a flying machine with the help of that, well, Orb of Corruption. All right, little bit more damage here. Water Elemental easily going to get finished off. Obsidian statues, Obsidian statue still around. And one of the things that I will note, if it feels like the Undead army is just a little bit slower on its feet, it's because it is. Without the help of Unholy Aura, the movement speed bonus of Unholy Aura really making a drastic difference on the mobility of the Undead army. Not having that Unholy Aura often not allows or stops the Undead ability of picking off and trying to catch up to those units that are trying to run away. We are now still getting full saturation over here on the 7 o'clock location, and it is not well protected at all. I am curious as to why Agent hasn't used a militia and then tried to mass teleport in with an army to really just shut down this expansion here. Getting in and out is always a key factor, but there's also no Scroll of Town portal on the Archmage either. Water Elemental going to go ahead and be dropped here. Plenty of mana galore. Look at all of these Water Elementals here. They should be absorbing a little bit of damage. Priests also need to do quite a bit of healing as well. That Brilliance Aura at level 3 has a lot of work to do, as the Mountain King going to be, well, not going to get to level 8 as he cannot gain any additional experience, but needs or wants to get every little bit of gold and items that he can from this creep camp. Picking up, well, what item was dropped here? Book of the Dead, which at this point just looks like Devour magic for destroyers. Have to use that in a very questionable situation as Agent, while trying to break into low upkeep to deal with the larger army of Raven. All right, quick impale there. We're going to see some dead priest. There goes a water elemental as well. Dreadlord. Is it, what, priest able to escape away? How is that possible? We could be looking, oh, well, there it goes. Gets it taken down. The mass teleport. Simply the priest was just not close enough. A split-second difference right there as the Dreadlord perhaps looks to see if there's an expansion over here and pick up a valuable consumable item as well. All right, going after this creep camp. No real reason not to engage with the entire army. Abomination really wants to try and heal up, but unable to do so. No death coils for that burst heal, as the Dreadlord could be picking up a big item here. What is he going to pick up? Picks up a Potion of Greater Mana, and now teleporting down here. All right, Potion of Greater Mana could allow for an Impale. Are we going to see it Impale? There's the Impale, and that's the problem. No Scroll of Town portal. An Agent could be in trouble as he's trying to retreat back here, being forced to fight in a location that he does not want to be in. All right, Rifleman going to get taken down. There goes one Rifleman. There goes another, as the Dreadlord could drop an Infernal onto some of these units as well. And there goes a stun onto the Mountain King. Are we going to perhaps see an Impale as well? And the Mountain King getting danced around in an unfortunate situation, getting completely surrounded. There's a Thunderclap, and suddenly all of those summoned low hit point units, as the Avatar now comes online, going to use a Potion of Mana trying to fight its way through. Mountain King goes in for another Thunderclap, trying to get every ounce of usefulness out of here. Is he going to be able to escape away? Able to escape away at 23 or 93 hit points. Mountain King, or the Mountain King, able to just simply outrun here, as the Dreadlord trying to catch up. A Staff of Sanctuary would actually be hilarious at this point, as the Mountain King able to escape at 133 hit points. Stormbolt goes down onto the Dreadlord, as well the magic immune unit is just going to make its way through. Are we going to see no Impale, no sleep, as the Crypt Lord was nowhere to be found to stop that teleport. Mountain King dodges a bit of a bullet right there. Full surround. Uses a Potion of Mana. Uses Thunderclap to slow the incoming damage and take down many of those units. as well. Also, during that time, I believe he killed a handful of summons to actually level up to gain a little bit more more hit points as well, causing that dramatic escape with 90 some odd hit points. Coming back around, Rifleman, well, getting impaled right there. Abomination gonna go ahead and dive on in. Dreadlord, oh, there goes a Carrion Swarm, racking up a little bit more damage. Mountain King, is he gonna try and land a Thunderclap across all of those ground units? Yes, he is, and he does get it as one Abomination is about to get taken down. Abomination down to 50 hit points, somehow still surviving after all this time as he's still retreating away. There goes another Carrion Swarm ripping on through as the Infernal is absorbing quite a bit of damage. Stormbolt onto some units here and a teleport in order to get away, but this is going to be a loss of a base. Agent now in serious trouble and not knowing that his opponent has set up two additional gold mines, and Raven has outlasted his opponent using the economic advantage of Undead. Archmage, Mountain King now making its way down here. Archmage perhaps trying to go for a Hail Mary play, taking down all of these units as well, taking down another gold mine, but it is 1 gold mine to 0 even after this haunted mine is taken out. Meanwhile, pressure being brought on over. We are only at keep. We never reached castle since, and that explains why we never saw a paladin as a third hero or a staff of sanctuary. Agent perhaps thinking that he had enough of a sizable lead in order to come away with the victory, not realizing how, well, problematic that could be. All right, a little bit more damage. A priest could get taken down. There's a couple of dispels, but still the Beatles with their 440 hit points able to stick around. Off to the north here. And, well, the Infernal cooldown has come to an end. You can see the army is just trying to take down the remainder of these buildings. It is now 1 base to 0. And if he tries to take down this base now, if Agent tries to take down Raven's last haunting gold mine, he's going to find that he's run out of buildings overall. All right, there goes the keep. And now, where is he trying to move off to next? All right, Water Elemental is coming across here. Cryptlord does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Mountain King to try and dive on in. Archmage, well, going to go ahead and or mass teleport away. Are we going to see an Impale? No, we are not, as there's 3 over 5 Acolytes still mining here. Peasants now retreating back once more, but this game is just not going in the direction that Agent had predicted. 20 supply compared to 69. The army size just so much in favor of Raven that at this point I can't imagine Agent being able to pull off any upsets here. In comes another mass teleport. Teleports off there. He's quickly going to end up being found. The quick Devour Magic as the units are all trying to retreat their way. Perhaps taking down that Water Elemental. Devour Magic able to finish things off here. And now able to easily get pressure onto the Archmage once more. There's no way to really engage against the Destroyers as the Riflemen are all gone. And the Archmage's Water Elementals would just feed the Destroyers hit points and mana. Abominations nearby saying, you know what, if you really want to engage me, I have more gold and I'm going to continue to mine more, but the Dreadlord could be in a bit of trouble. It's already down to 500 hit points, 300 hit points, down to 200 hit points. He's trying to escape, and he does have a Scroll of Town Portal, and he will be able to live and fight another day, as we see level 8 now on the Cryptlord there. All right, Mountain King may just deliver a Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord again, but the Dreadlord is surviving as he does have a little bit of magic immunity, trying to get away. It takes a bash to the back, though. Is he going to get finished off with a Stormbolt? Yes, he will, as Agent gets his man, even though he may not win the game. All right, Mountain King, what's going down here? He is completely magic immune as the Abomination's trying to get in front of him. Archmage does have a Scroll of Healing to add in a little bit of additional hit points as well. The Destroyer's unable to deal damage to that Mountain King either, as we're looking at another Impale quickly going onto the Archmage. Archmage is the weakest link here. Are we going to see a mass teleport? There's a Scroll of Healing, but no mass teleport. It gets taken down, and Agent gives the GG. Raven ultimately in the end able to win with a higher resource score, even though he was behind on experience. Once that Cryptlord got up to level 6, that Locust Swarm coupled with the Carrion Swarm of the Dreadlord able to take a giant chunk of population away from Agent's standing army. From there, Rav3n did a good job reestablishing his economic advantage and slowly clawing his way back into the game, eventually getting to getting more ultimate abilities as well, giving him the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.